Oh, what a goal! McWilliams! He's done it! He's done it! The Michigan goal in the first period! For McWilliams! Run! Pelty scores! Pelty! It's it!
Welcome back to the podcast. My name's always Derek Clark, and we're back to Bull Spitting with Clarky, episode, I think, 26, 7, 8, or one of the 20s. It's interesting, a little bit of a day here in the middle of nowhere, New York. Rainy, foggy, snow's melting, and boy, do we got to talk about sports. Okay, let's talk about sports. There's a lot to talk about here, because playoffs almost for the NFL. The NHL's Winter Classic is tomorrow. I'm recording this on the same day, folks, by the way. And this is quite interesting. So, I don't know where to start here. You got the Winter Classic, got the NFL playoffs. The NBA viewership is dog shit. And the NHL is the NHL. And then motorsports-wise, the only motorsports that are about to kick off in a couple weeks here is Supercross. So we're kind of in that weird limbo. This is where the weird limbo starts happening, folks. We got to be a little confident, got a little bit of a pause happening in the world of sports. There's sports going on, but I'm saying as in the big headlines, so I digress. Let's talk about, first of all, let's start in the world of the NFL. The playoffs are a little interesting this year because nobody is really completely in. Not everyone's in, not everyone's out, not everyone's everywhere. Especially Detroit and Minnesota. There's an interesting story there because Detroit and Minnesota, it's whoever wins on week 18 that wins the NFC first seed, which is just remarkably, or the NFC North, or it's just insane, and that's a big game to win the first seed and win the NFC North, and that's just a crazy situation there overall. Not only do you want to win your division, but you want to win that game to gain the number one in your conference and get a bye. So Minnesota and Detroit should be interesting next weekend. That's Sunday night football. Today's Monday, so this coming weekend. Monday Night Football is Detroit and San Francisco. San Francisco is currently out of the playoffs. Detroit obviously is in the playoffs. They just don't know where the hell they will be. Another thing about the NFL, the interestinger side of the sports world. I'm gonna start a hot take here with the NFL. They need to stop putting games on multiple streaming platforms, because this week was insane. You got Netflix having Christmas. Hell, Netflix Live sucks. We saw what happened with the Jake Paul fight. That's another story and a half. That it sucks, and you put teams like that on. It's just brutal. And then this weekend, just Thursday Night Football is on Prime, which I actually don't mind at all. I don't really even watch Thursday Night Football, to be honest with you folks. Thursday Night Football was complete ass, by the way. The Seahawks won that game 6-3. It only had 3 field goals. It was the lowest scoring game in the NFL this season, and it was also the lowest scoring NFL game, I think, in 4 or 5 years, I think, was the statistic. So it's just insane score there. But I digress. I really do. And this goes to every sports league. I think, and this is going to be a weird one, I think every 4 major sports leagues should all be on ESPN Plus, and that is it. I really think so. If you're going to go on a streaming platform, you go on the sports one. You put it on ESPN Plus. The NHL's already on there. The MLB's practically on there. The NBA's practically on there in a way. I think the leagues need to stop with their stupid league like you have NBA TV, you have NFL TV, you have MLB Network, you have NHL Network. You need to get rid of it. You need to get rid of all of that. You need to get rid of all your own league streaming bullcrap. Get rid of it. Throw it out. You all need to go on ESPN Plus. It's the only damn sports streaming. And if not, go on Stream East. Because, god dang it, at least that's free. Shout out to everyone that uses Stream East. Shout out Stream East. I'll admit it here. Everybody admits it. Stream East is powerful. It's a powerful thing. Okay? Okay. But the thing is, is people need to realize that this is seriously becoming a problem, not only in the sports world, but in the world of the, well, media in general. And I really do think the sports, there should be for all major sports leagues. It's probably going to be ESPN Plus. That's the only thought I can think of. But there should be a streaming service for all 4 major sports leagues. I don't care if it is ESPN Plus. Hell, I don't care if it's like, I don't know. I don't care if it's whatever. Okay, just like make it happen. Another thing I will say is about the NFL is the red velvet cake bullshit. What are you thinking about this, Netflix? Why are you doing that? Your 2 Netflix games happen. The 2 teams that win, obviously the Chiefs and the fucking Ravens, they win, okay? They win. And nobody eating your red velvet football cake bullshit. Because guess what, folks? Nobody's going to eat red velvet cake when you got 2 weeks before the playoffs. Who the hell greenlighted this decision? No athlete's going to eat your stupid red velvet cake when they got to go play the freaking Chargers in the first round of the playoffs, all right? Like, nobody's going to freaking eat your cake. I'm sorry. Another thing about football, I want to give a big shout out to the freaking Pop-Tart Bowl for being the most unhinged, chaotic, insane fucking bowl game like it's the damn national championship, okay? Because gosh darn it, that was the best bowl game I've seen in years. And not even just a play on the football field. I'm talking the damn Pop-Tarts are coming out breaking Raptors like they're ripping their shirts off. They're ripping the Raptor or the wrapper off their freaking body. Freaking, they brought some Pop-Tart back to life or some crazy shit. Like, it's just insane. It was unhinged and just beautiful. I loved it. Shout out the Pop-Tart Bowl. I hope they never get rid of the Pop-Tart Bowl. I love me a good Pop-Tart. But that is just insane. Okay, out of the football world. We need to talk about good old world stick and puck hockey. How we doing, folks? How we doing about hockey? Well, the NHL Winter Classic is tomorrow. A little bit of a different one here. The NHL Winter Classic is usually on New Year's Day. This year it's a little bit of a different story. It is not on New Year's Day, but rather New Year's Eve this year. Tomorrow on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern puck drop. That's 2 p.m. Pacific. Or if you're in Chicago like the Winter Classic, that's a 4 p.m. puck drop in Chicago, Illinois. One thing I will say about this is we will have a night game for the Winter Classic. This hasn't been a thing in years. In quite some time, where the game will fully be a night game because there's been years where they play the game on the East Coast and they start the game at noon or like 2 or 3 o'clock and it gets dark at the third period. That's not the case here. Chicago is like here in New York. It gets dark around 4:20, 4:30ish. So what will happen here is for the first time in quite some time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we might have to go to like the 3rd or 4th Winter Classic ever to where the Winter Classic is fully a night game. Like it's not, there's no sun engaged during the game. It's going to be dark when the puck drop happens because 4 o'clock is dusk, basically. Because the shortest day of the year is coming up very quick. I think it's the second weekend of January or the second week or the third week of January. So it's coming up very quick. The shortest day of the year when it comes to light out. So it gets dark around 4:15, 4:30ish right now, and here in this time zone area. So a little bit of an interesting one, to say the least. We will have a full, complete night Winter Classic, kinda. So I think there'll be a little bit of, it'll be dusk and then dark, but I'll count that as dark. So dark the whole time for quite some time. We haven't had a game like that in the Winter Classic. Been a little bit of some time. And it should be an interesting one. The Blues and the Blackhawks, both in a weird, interesting parts of their season. The Winter Classic's a very important game. Now, I will say, I don't want Chicago in a Winter Classic in like 3 years. Can we just do like 3 years without the Blackhawks, the Rangers, the Bruins, the Canadians, the original 6? I didn't even list all 6. I don't even want to. Just without the original 6. Can we do that? Can we do like, I don't know. Can we do like, I really actually have no idea. Can we do like, I'm trying to think. Minnesota did one 2 years ago, so we can't do Minnesota. Can we do, this is a bold one. Can we do more of like a central US game, but not what you think? I think like Nashville. I'm thinking like Nashville, and like we'll go a little more out, and we'll take Colorado. Can we do Colorado and Nashville in like what's a good we'll do it in Colorado. We won't do it in Denver though. We'll do it in like I don't even know another city in Colorado. Aspen? Aspen, dude? Does Aspen have I don't even know. I guess you would have to do it in Denver in that case. But you get the gist. Like can we throw a Canadian team in this that isn't Montreal or Toronto? Can we do that? Can we play the game in like fucking Vancouver? Cuz I'm getting a little irate with how really original 6 this is getting, or like really East Coast US this is getting. We need to stop. We let Minnesota play this. Minnesota get about Seattle, good. Vegas for whatever reason, cool. Like, can we do one in Canada, and can we do it like Vancouver versus like fucking I don't even know. Like, I get you have to have a team that everyone knows, and I understand that completely. But can we just have a different like? Can we do the Calgary Flames versus like the fucking Carolina Hurricanes? Like, pick some wild matchup that makes no fucking sense. Can we do that? Because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing like the same 6 teams just get recycled. Like I said, I get it. You know what? I want to see Pittsburgh versus fucking. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like give me the Florida Panthers. You know what? This is what needs to happen. Give me the Panthers and the Lightning in Tropicana Field. Give me Tropicana Field. Panthers, Lightning, make it happen. I don't give a shit how you have to do it. I don't care if it has to be enclosed in some parts or fully enclosed, or maybe you could somehow do it where it's completely open. I don't know. Put it in Tropicana Field. Make it fucking happen. If you can't do it, put it somehow in the Buccaneers Stadium, or even the Miami, like Miami, whatever the hell they're called, Inter Miami, or Miami Dolphins Hard Rock Stadium. Put it somewhere, because I get sick and tired of a. And the reason why, it's not because I don't like seeing the teams playing it. I do like the heritage style of what they do. Don't get me wrong. I hate it because they're starting to recycle similar themes from prior Winter Classics. And now they're old Winter Classics where they're recycling them in a way and just tweaking them. They're saying, "Oh, this is a classic Winter Classic jersey." It's like, see, they've been in it too many times. Throw somebody else in there. Give me Philadelphia versus New Jersey. Give me something, folks. Give me something I want to see. You understand what I say? Give me something. Give me the fucking. Okay. This is just please. And you know what? I want to. This is another thing. The AHL. So this is true. They stopped. I don't know if they still do it. I'm pretty sure they don't. I think they stopped last year, 2022. I don't know if they've done it. You can comment down below if the AHL has continued to do it. I don't know. I kept up with the AHL. I live near Binghamton, New York, and when they had the Senators and when they had the Binghamton Devils, I would keep up with the A. I don't really keep up with the A as much anymore, even though I have a buddy or two that play in there. But the one thing I will say is this: the AHL used to send the AHL affiliate of the NHL team, and those AHL teams would play against each other. So I remember it was the Capitals versus was it the Capitals and the Flyers that played each other? I don't remember. It was Capitals versus whoever, because I remember Hershey did a video and showed that they were. So they used to send the AHL affiliate, and the next day the AHL teams, or the day before, I think it was the day before, they would play each other the day before the game. And it was kind of like a double header that nobody really knew. I mean, people showed up for these games. They didn't really advertise them, which I think that's why they stopped. I think you should advertise them. But like, you got to watch 2 games. That was a thing for a little bit. And you could look it up. And I think that's the problem. I think they should continue that. Heck, you know what they should do? They should do the NHL teams, the AHL teams, and the ECHL teams, if each team has an ECHL affiliate. And because there's not 32 ECHL teams. They're working on it, folks. But what I'm getting at is they should do that. It should be 3 games. It should go ECHL, AHL, NHL. And, like, alternate. Like, maybe, like, play the ECHL team, then the AHL game, then the NHL game. Like, do that. Because then there's more purpose to the Winter Classic. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying the Winter Classic is broke. I'm not saying that at all. The Winter Classic is great. You can never fuck up the Winter Classic, although it is kind of strange that they're playing on New Year's Eve and not New Year's Day. That's a little different. But you can't screw this up. What I'm saying is you just need to add a little bit of variety. I understand you're trying to grow the game. I understand completely. I love the sport of hockey, but it is one of the one sports where it's kind of nifty. And another thing to add on to it, and we'll transition here, is a viewership thing. Because you look at a great opportunity here. This is actually a big rumor that was years ago. The rumor is that Gary Bettman, and I forget at the time, the NBA commissioner at the time, he was the NBA commissioner for a while. And Gary Bettman, who is the NHL commissioner, he's still the only ever NHL commissioner ever to exist. He went from the NBA to here, to the NHL. And the rumor was that the then NBA commissioner, like, set it up to where he would go there and, like, fuck up the NHL, and then the NBA would take over all their spots on national television. That's, like, one of the biggest rumors. That's a big iceberg thing. But here's the big whammy here. If that was true, things have changed because the NHL is growing in viewership. The NBA is down completely. Not crazy, but they are losing a lot of viewership. They only got an average of 5 million viewers for their NBA Christmas games, which is, I think, was down like 40-some%. I don't know the exact percentage, but it was a lot. And they've just been, like, losing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of viewers every NBA game. And the issue is a lot of things with the NBA. But if the NHL was smart right now, they would be blowing up and trying to grow the game. And I think that's what they just got to take advantage of the NBA going down. And it's a whole thing. What I would do what I just said. Change shit up a little bit. You know, you got the Stadium Series as well that also is outdoor games. It's not just the Winter Classic anymore, which I like. You have the Winter Classic. You have the Stadium Series. But I feel like they need to just transition a bit and maybe, hear me out, I don't know if this is a good idea. If you're not going to do what I said where you bring the minor leagues teams with you, why don't we do what the Stadium Series has done a little bit? And I don't know if the Stadium Series is doing this deal, but the Stadium Series would play like 2 games. Why don't we play 2 Winter Classic games? Like, if you're going to play on New Year's Eve this year, why don't you do 2 Winter Classic games and have it where one game is played on New Year's Eve and then play the other game on New Year's Day and bring 4 teams? I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying the Winter Classic is broken. I love the Winter Classic. It'll never be broken. If they somehow broke the Winter Classic, I'd cry. But what I'm saying is that there's a little bit of tweaks that you could do to make it a little bitty bit bigger of a thing. Because there is people that are like, oh, the Winter Classic's on. I didn't even know. Like, you got to make it a big thing. Connor Bedard's stick looks great for the Winter Classic. It has, like, the seat map. It has the map of the street of Chicago, like the streets of Chicago. It has Sherwood. It's a Sherwood stick. The Sherwood font is the number font of the Chicago Cubs. Like, Connor Bedard, love the fucking stick, dude. Also, can we stop stroking him a little bit? I've noticed that we're, like, really, really getting into Connor Bedard here, and I don't want him to get frightened. A lot of people, the media of hockey are like, oh, it's Connor Bedard. Oh my gosh, and, like, have seizures on national television. I just watched the Stars Blackhawks games last night on ESPN. That's what they were doing. Bedard scored. Oh my! They didn't even say scored. They literally go, Bedard scored. They didn't even, like, roll out the actual call. You just need to stop, okay? Like, I love Bedard. Bedard, I love you. Good player. Great guy. Listen, you need to stop because you're going to turn him into a Patrick Mahomes-esque person. In 5-10 years from now, he's going to be friends with, like, somehow Corey Perry is still going to be in the NHL. He's going to come back to Chicago. He's going to start dating Bedard's mom. Like, you need to stop. Because he's just going to turn into, like, a Mahomes-Kelsey thing if you keep up with Bedard. Chill. There's so many other great players. Look at Celebrini. Celebrini's playing on a really shitty team. He's carrying the fucking Sharks right now. Okay? Like, come on. You're playing against Robertson. Great player on the Stars. Didn't really talk about him. And they won. The Stars won. Like 5-1. Or 5-2. And they didn't even talk about... They didn't even talk about Jamie Benn. Oh my gosh, dude. It's just like, dude. Ugh. You know? But I digress. What I will say is this. I hope you guys have a good new year. 2025 is literally a day away at this point. And new year should be fun, should be exciting. Hope you all have a fun time. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. And happy holidays to everybody. And let's make it a good year this year. Let's just hope we don't get anywhere. TikTok dances. Hey, TikTok might not exist in 2025. Who knows what the hell is going to happen with that? The Chipotle, whatever sticks from Chili's, we can leave that in 2024. Let's try not to do the mass unfollowing thing. I saw that a lot for some guy. I don't know what it's called, but shout out to the mass unfollowing dude that's trying to get like the most mass unfollowed in 2024 before the year ends. I forget his name, but shout out to that guy. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, until then, guys, peace.